Take questions once you're ready.
Yeah, one thing that I think we learned tonight is that every week's a new week. And, as soon as you get comfortable in this game, you can't do it. There's only one way to play it, and that's at a high emotional level. Play with grit, play with focus, and all that. And, I'm disappointed with our performance tonight. We'll take a win. I mean, all wins are earned. They aren't easy. But we gotta address these issues and be ready week in and week out.
Coach, what do you feel like was the biggest difference between the first half and the second half?
Well, I thought we could change it around, but you can't turn it over. I mean, we had turnovers the second half. You cannot move the football if you have turnovers and penalties. And then defensively, I thought we were pretty solid for the most part, but fourth quarter, down the stretch, we weren't as good as we needed to be. We gave up some points when they got in our end, and sure, our back was against the wall and that, but you just got to stay in the game the entire game. We've got a really young football team, and I really think some of our guys thought the game was over with 5 minutes left. And we got to teach them. We got to teach them that game was that wasn't over until about 50 seconds left or 40 seconds left, and then you still got to snap the ball and all that. So that was the difference. Turnovers. We just no consistency all night, but it's hard to be consistent when you fumble snaps, when you turn it over and you have penalties. And then we get a big penalty on defense, and had a number of penalties on defense. It just, something we got to learn from, and we got to move forward.
Did you feel, we talked about it being a trap game. Did you feel like guys were looking back or looking ahead, or what was it?
Well, at the stage we are in our program, I don't know why guys would look ahead. We talked about it all week, that our opponent was going to come in here and play hard. We got a lot of respect for their program. I thought they did play hard, and they hung in there, and they believed they could win the game right down to the end. I hope we weren't looking ahead, and obviously, our fan base and a lot of people looking ahead, but we can't look ahead. You can't do that. If you want to be really good, you got to take one day at a time, one opponent at a time.
What was your biggest issue with the run game? Were you disappointed with the backs, with the line? Was it a combination?
There was probably some things not getting us in the right play. We probably weren't hitting the hole. It was a number of things, just really trying to find some rhythm. But a big thing is too, when you don't get first down yards, and then we were at second and long, and had some sacks and fumbled snaps and missed a couple big plays, all that stuff. We never had any momentum because of penalties, fumbled snaps, turnovers, and those things. And it's hard to play when you don't get momentum.
And John's a young guy. Are you concerned at all about his kind of mental well-being after 3 fumbles the first half?
I think he's tough. I think he'll hang on to it better. We need to have him hang on to it better. It's just it's very difficult for guys when everybody's kind of praising you and pumping you full of compliments. You got to be able to handle it, and we addressed it a lot, and maybe we didn't handle it as well as we should have, but I think he'll be all right in the long run. We tried to make it clear that he was young. He had a great opening day and all that, but he has a lot to learn, and really we gotta keep coaching him and coach him hard and get him better and better.
After a good passing performance in the first half, what did Drake do defensively to kind of halt that in the second?
Well, I think they got some pressure. We maybe didn't get protections called right. We had some guys open, just missed them. We had a couple big plays, and then we had some guys open and just missed them. And then the pressure, and just really, the one time we get a guy open over the top and we fumble the snap, it would have been a big play. You get things like that, and then they have to back off a little bit, but we didn't back them off. We didn't do anything to make them back off.
Coach, how much of this game do you use, and you mentioned it a couple times, to be able to handle certain things? How much do you use this to teach the guys and maybe help you down the road?
We use every game to teach. That's what we do. That's our job. Tomorrow we're going to evaluate it, we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to move forward. But we use every game to evaluate and see how we handle situations.
You talk about your quarterback's performance, especially in the first half. He looked pretty good compared to previous games throwing the ball.
Yeah, he just wasn't real sharp tonight. The first half got off to a good start. We get a big play. Sometimes when you get that first big play for a score too, it seems easy, and guys get hung up in that hey, it's going to be easy, and it wasn't easy. You got to keep plugging away and keep making plays, and And then the second half, we just felt we never got any rhythm going. And therefore, when you aren't in sync, and there were just too many long yardage situations. I don't know what our third down percentage was, but it was a lot of third and longs. And you're backed up in a couple situations that you're trying to take care of the football. And we didn't do that as well as we could have. And so there's just a number of things we have to address. And, we aren't going to panic about this game, but we sure have concerns about how we played.
What about on special teams? You had some guys that made some big plays, and you pinned them deep a couple of times. How did you feel your performance was tonight?
Well, I thought Mitch punted the ball pretty well tonight. I thought our coverage was good. With the exception of one kickoff return, our kickoffs were pretty solid, and we did well there. We tried the one long field goal. If I had to do it again, I'd probably play the field position game. So we're going to take a look, and I'm going to take a look at decisions I made in the game too. The way the game was going, it wasn't a whole lot of scoring. You probably got to play the field position there. And at that time, our defense was playing really well, so we could have gained some field position, tried the long field goal, and missed it. That gave them the field position. That eventually led to their first field goal.
If there's kind of a down feeling in the locker room, how do you switch that around and get that going in the right direction heading into a big game?
Oh, I think our guys will be excited to play next week. Sure there's down feeling. You want to play better. That's just the way it is. We talk to our guys about the scoreboard isn't the most important thing. The most important thing is how you play and execute. And we'll be excited. We'll be excited. I think, obviously you have concerns about your performance and you're getting ready to go play an opponent who's really a good opponent, and you're on the road at their place. But we'll be excited to play, and we'll prepare hard.
Biggest adjustment you have to make before going to Fargo next week?
We got to just clean things up. You got to be consistent. You got to eliminate penalties. You got to take care of the ball.